Verification, 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 verification. Which looks good. Good morning, everybody. Give me a second. I am doing my duty. I said, let's just verify YouTube, and then we'll give the greeting. Check. You're doing many streams at once on YouTube and Twitch. This is the process. And I think we look good. We do look good. All right. Good morning and salutations, everybody. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of the Jedi Academy here on RSG. Episode 337 and growing. Glad to have you here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. Good morning to everybody on Twitch. Welcome to the show where we do everything and discuss, talk about, banter about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Capital Games. I'm glad to have you here. I'm your host, Ranger J1999. Welcome you into the show. This is a Q&A show. We've been doing this a long time. Saturday mornings is the time where we just do Q&A and let you guys ask all the questions you want, and we're just here to answer all those questions. By me, I mean me, but we'll see who jumps in the call. I invite all the content creators in. If they're available, they jump in the call, and we will answer your questions. So if you have a question, the format is as follows to get one of your questions answered. Put it in the chat, of course. And make sure you put the word question for any actual question, comment, and or statement that you want us to answer and or respond to. And it's pretty simple. That's all you got to do. Besides that, hit the thumbs up, subscribe over on YouTube, and give your greeting on YouTube and Twitch. And on Twitch, hit the follow, do all that stuff. So, but yeah. So get your questions in, do all that stuff, give your greeting. I do like to say thank you for being here. You could be watching anything else, but you're here watching this, and God bless America. So glad to have you guys here on a Saturday morning. Hope you are doing well. Well, it could be Saturday afternoon or evening, depending where you are in the world. Doesn't matter. We're glad to have you here. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. And of course, breakfast shoeys are on the table, but if you want to see me do a shoey, you know, the tip jar, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Who we got? We got James on both YouTube and Twitch saying, hey, Skull, what's up, GL Ahsoka? I do not think it's GL Ahsoka. I'll get into that in a second. Luke says, morning, brother. Good morning, Luke. Luke. Oh, Luke. Glad to have you here. Choo choo. The engineers join us. Says hello there. Hello there. Engine. Number 9. The New York Transit line. Says just lighten up the barbecue. Ooh. Someone doing a little barbecue today, but I'll tell you what, that's good stuff right there. Even over in Europe, we can put some good barbecue on there. Give it a little sauce, everything. But oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, delicious. Yes, good engineer. I'll take a steak, thank you. Or ribs, pulled pork, chicken. I'm not too fussed. Delicious, like it. So yes, we got the last 2 days, just to get the topic of the discussion going on. Last 2 days, we got the raid stuff. Raid rewards look fine. It's nothing. I'm not like, okay. It's not anything I wasn't expecting. Kind of like where it is. We're gonna all go a little bit down like we did before in this year in a Kraken guild, and we'll build ourselves up. I mean, you guys have seen my account if you've been watching. Got a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna treat the first raid like, let's figure this out, and then we'll see what we want to do for relicking, that kind of stuff, on characters, for scores, things of that nature for the guild. So we'll go through the same process that we went through with the last 2 raids. A little bit of a time for adjustment, and then we'll adjust. Pretty straightforward. The other thing is we had that crazy puzzle, and I even messaged Crumb. He hasn't responded back to me because he knows. I was like, you're a sick man. You're a very sick individual. I can say that because I've been through so many journeys with Crumb on his goddamn puzzles. And let me tell you, folks, that man loves his puzzles. Oh my God. Crumb is a puzzle master. And I was looking at that stuff because we were doing all our streams yesterday, JC. And then I was going to go do Scribble stream, but he didn't get started late because he was working on the puzzle. I know Calvin and Playbook were looking at him. And I was like, Now, I know there's some of you guys out there that love puzzles. God bless you. Am I smart enough to do puzzles? You bet your ass I am. Do I want to do puzzles? You bet your ass I don't. Mm-mm. Sorry, I got to adjust my brace here. Thing being stupid. Hold on. Thing is not cooperating with me the way I want it to cooperate with me. Ugh. All right, there we go. Let me just hit this. We don't want ads popping in. I'll keep the ads off as long as I can, but there's not much I can do. Someone asked me the other day about ads. Like, I can stop them a couple times, but then they're going to come in. Unless you're sub, that's the only way to avoid the ads, guys. That's the way Twitch and YouTube have it set up. I can't do anything about it. You have to be a member and or YouTube Red or whatever it is. And then Twitch, you have to be subbed. So sorry, I can't do anything about it. But then we got the character. It's the trooper, the night trooper from the Ahsoka series. So it looks like we're making a pivot to Ahsoka. Looks like Luthien was kind of a distraction. Maybe be a piece that will be added to later on the Rebel fleet and stuff like that. Talked to Karth a little bit last night. Maybe Karth will be on today. Night Trooper is an interesting thing. Now, there's two directions this is going, and hear me out on this. First of all, I don't think it's GL Ahsoka. With the GL, it'll be a faction that has the character the Night Trooper does not go with Ahsoka. It can go with Thrawn, but it won't go with Ahsoka. So there's that. Do I think it'll be a GL? I don't know. It could be a GL. That's definitely on the table. If they want to go GL, I think it's going to be Thrawn, which is fine. Or they could be doing something else at CG. And when I'm looking at Ahsoka and stuff, and I was talking to Karth last night, like one of the things that they could be doing is flipping everything on its head. Last couple of years, they've been in the same pattern. We've gotten used to it. Okay, cool. But they're not doing the same thing that they've been doing the last couple of years. So I was thinking about what does this mean? And I'm like, Karth, do you think they're flipping things where we get a legendary in the fall and they go back to what they originally did is bring the GL around the Christmas time? That is a big money maker, but Christmas time is people like to spend money. And he was like, that could be the deal. So we don't know what this means. We just know that there's some more that should come from the puzzle. I think there was more with the puzzle. Haven't checked this morning to see if anything's been updated or anything like that, because I'm still drinking coffee. I'm trying to wake up. But if it is a GL, I do not think it's GL Ahsoka, because I think they would have gone with a, light side characters or something like that. I know she's an Ufu, and that could be the deal too, but I don't think you put night troopers in there. So yeah. It is? They revealed it? Am I wrong on this? Where did they reveal it? We go to SWGOH events. Okay, hold on. Sorry, as I said, I just woke up. I haven't got the latest news. I was just speculating there. So SWGOH events clues channel. Thank you. Thank you, Cowboy. Let me look at this. Let me get into that Discord. Is it Crumb's Clues chat? Is where I'm looking at this? Sorry, I have Crumb's Clues chat and then Jesus Christ. Going through all this crap is so many people talking. God, that's why I don't go into SWGOH events that much. Like, Jesus. Hey. 900 people talking. Okay, so it is official. Okay, got it. Okay. Well, I thought we were going to be speculating this morning. Hold on, I'm trying to get the verification on this. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, thank you, James. You tagged me in Discord. Sorry, yeah, I'm trying to go through. It's for SWGOH events. 9 million people are in there, so I'm trying to scroll through and get the information. Like, God. Okay. Oh, it's just a tab that says clues. Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I've got that. Thank you, thank you. Let me just go to clues. I was in Crumb's clue. Like, what in the hell? Okay, let me go to the clues channel here. Events, yeah. There we go. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right, there it is. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. There you go. Okay, I woke up this morning like, did we get any more information? I was up late trying to see if we got anything, but I went to sleep and I just woke up. So, okay, so that is confirmed. Wow. How the hell does Night Brother focusing on GL Ahsoka as a dark side character and her being, I guess, Ufu? It's got to be Ufu. Yeah, because Ufu teams can work with synergy. I mean, we don't have her kid or anything like that, but okay. Let me work this into my brain. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. So it is verified. All right. Hello, Depressed Wampa. Morning Delicious Jay says, because of the Simon GL Soak, I took Baby Soak at a Relic 9 last night. Very nice. Thank you, Depressed Wampa. Yeah, there's too many tabs in SWGOH events. I was in Chrome's Clue, so yes. Okay, who else we got over there? We've got it's been revealed and Relic 9 snips. What about Relic 9 snips? Are we gonna need a Relic 9 snips? I don't know. Under what a okay, got it. Thank you, Plagued Heart. All right. Oh, I'd be the first to admit that I was wrong. Absolutely, James. I get shit wrong all the time, man. I mean, I hadn't seen any of that information, so I was doing what I do for you guys, and I was speculating. I hadn't seen anything, so and no one said anything about GL Ahsoka, so I was like, okay, let me try to figure this out. What does this mean? I was like, as I said, it could have gone a lot of different ways. I didn't think it was going to be GL Ahsoka. The reason why, because you had the dark side character going. If they're doing a GL and if they're doing a GL, how's that going to work? If there's a dark side character, she's going to make her light side. How does that play? But I guess they're going to have to make her. Do we have the information that you will need at Relic 9 Snips? Hold on. I just see in there that just says Ahsoka Tano Fulgrim is coming to the Holotable Heroes. Maybe is that in the forums? Let me pour that up. That might help. I mean, not having a road ahead. Is it in the forums? Oh, it's too many goddamn tabs, man. It is not in there. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, I'll take snips up to 9. That's not a problem. I've got the Relic 9 materials and stuff, so yeah. Hey, that's right, Birds. Hi, GL Ahsoka. Yeah, I just got the information myself. They were up late. I was looking at the crumbs. They were like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning doing this stuff. Padawan Sabine is all but confirmed. Okay. Where did you guys get the Relic 9 stuff? Hold on. Okay, you got at the end of your quest. Bonus info, Ahsoka Tano, Relic 9. Got it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you guys. Hook me up in Discord. All right. Well, you wake up in the morning. I'll wake up in the morning and everything's changed completely. Because the only thing I had to go off last night was the Dark Trooper, the new trooper. I was like, because me and Garth spent about an hour talking about it. Yeah, I just said thank you. What else? 23. Yeah, thank you. So we need a Relic 9 Ahsoka. All right, let me just go over to my game and add her. Okay, so Ahsoka the White is coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as the next GL. We had talked about this as a possibility, so it's not shocking at all. We said I had said way early this year, if we had 2 GL possibilities, I was like, it's either going to be True Revan, which looks like I will have to wait on, sadness for Ranger. Or they could go into Ahsoka and Thrawn. And I know we've been saying it because a lot of you guys are like, no way, they don't reach the level of GLs. I'm like, yeah, it's a GL, I don't know, so but I was like, that's definitely on something that they would do. I brought that up. So yeah. Now that we've got the Night Trooper, what do we think is going to be the other characters, right? It's Night Trooper. Do we think we get a new Thrawn? Do we think we get Enoch? I'd love to see Balin and Shin come in. I mean, sorry. It is what it is. I mean, I can only make the suggestion. They don't, Yeah, thank you, Ronan Zai. Yeah, yeah. Everybody got me hooked up in Discord, so I'm playing catch up to everything you guys have already seen. So there you go. I had no idea. Last thing I'd heard last night was the Dark Trooper. So yeah. My wallet's happy. It's not true, Revan, but my heart is sad. It's not true, Revan. One day. It could be Padawan Sabine. It could be new Ezra. It could be Shin and Bale. I don't know. Shin, Hati, Balin, Enoch, the Night Mothers. Could be. Enoch and Morgan for sure. Could be. Well, I mean, they've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters that they can go with for this. And usually the latest GLs have only had 3 marquees, so it'll be interesting. James, what requirements do you think we need? I'm thinking Gas, Jedi, Anakin, Snips, Cat, Ezra, Sabine. I don't know. We know it's usually 15 for a GL, so I'm going to be in Horde mode. I am not doing anything else for the raid at the moment because all my characters are Relic 5, so or higher, so I can do some good work in the raid for now. Stopper, what's going on, buddy? Says I got Newt and Bed Badge Echo 2 relics today. Oh, nice. Good. Good. And I hope for no conquest characters. Leia had 4. She had 4. What was the 4 that came in? We had the new characters was Drogon. What were the other 2 characters associated with her? Sorry, I'm just having a brain fart moment. Captain Rex was the other one, right? What were the other 2? Now they've done more Drogon Rex. Oh yeah, that's right. Kinesis Scout. Thank you, Azrael Bird. I try not to think of Kinesa because she's an Ewok. Very good. Yeah. So I was like, what are the other 2? I try to push that out of my memory, but you were absolutely right. So yeah, Scout. Okay, so we could get 4 marquees on this, which is fine by me. I will be going for Ahsoka Tano. As I said, Ahsoka's one of my favorite characters. Not my favorite, but she's one of them. I think she's a very fascinating, interesting character. That's a great question, Press Swamp. I'm interested if she will be light side or neutral. I don't know. She will be your first GL. Nice. Yeah, that's not a bad one to go for, Azrael Bird. Yeah, you can hold off on Leia. Yeah, anytime there's a new GL, I stop what I'm doing. But I'm in a good position because I've got Relic 5 or higher on all my characters, so I can do good work in the raid and get good scores. Yeah, maybe Shin, Balin, new Ezra, new Sabine. Well, the other thing, someone's Ezra for sure could be a new character, but it's weird. They changed the model of Sabine, which I don't know if it's going to be Sabine. It could be a new Sabine, but they changed her model to look like the character from the show. So they're going to bring a new Sabine in. I don't know. Maybe she'll have synergy with Sabine. I don't know. Yeah, we saw that Ronan Zai SWG events data mine 3 new marquee characters. I knew about that because it's 65, 66, and 67 on the stuff on that, but we didn't know what they were. They changed fulcrums. I hadn't seen the new image on fulcrum. Go to. No, Ahsoka Fulcrum, yeah. Oh, I'm thinking Commander Ahsoka. Sorry. You're right. They did that a while ago. I was like, wait, did they do another one on one of these characters? No. That's perfect. Yeah, they did that. Yeah. Okay. Character 69, be nice. Yes. Yeah, they changed Thrawn too. Yeah, I knew that. I know they changed that a while back. Depressed as I feel Balin will be a conquest unit and Shin will be a marquee. Both needed for Geo Ahsoka. Absolutely. You know, man, they're going to put a Conquest characters associated with this. Ram Bam, painting with Ram Bam, finger painting with Ram Bam. Hello, Ram Bam. Good morning. We have an announcement, GL Ahsoka. I woke up this morning. The only thing I knew about was Night Brothers, so I came on here, started speculating, like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And then chat's like, no, it's Ahsoka GL. I'm like, really? That came out already? Because like I hadn't had a chance to catch up on the SWGOH events because I was up late trying to see if there's any information and stuff. So yeah. That's all right. We got what, 5 Hans? I mean, Jesus. There's, you have CLS, Farm Boy Luke, Jedi Master Luke. So yeah. Yeah. How many Chewies do we have too? Clone Wars Chewie, regular Chewie, Chewie with Kung Fu grip, dual carrying wine Chewie. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of Kenobis. Vet Chewie, Vandor Chewie, the baby Jesus Chewie. So yeah. There's just so many Kenobis. Kenobi! Yeah, I don't know. She could be an Ufu because they had her as this is just my thinking on this one is her character as Fulcrum, which was the version of in the game that we have of her. She is unaligned Force user. She could be unaligned Force user, where you can use different characters for her team. Just throwing that out there on Zai. She definitely will not be dark side. But yeah, I think she's either unaligned Force user or she's going to be light side. One of the two. Yeah, Fulcrum and Cat are both. So you have Commander Ahsoka Tano and Fulcrum. I was going to just in the latest in the timeline version of World 73, but you are correct. Yeah, we could get Hugh Yangs. Let's throw him on the board too. I mean, it's good support character, definitely for Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. I mean, shit. Ahsoka the White. Yes, that's right, Rambam. Well, yes. No, we don't know. I mean, we got the Night Trooper, but I don't know. It'll be a character probably for a dark side team, but it'll probably be a requirement for Ahsoka for sure. Good morning, Jason Hobbies. It's Happy Saturday, Ranger and Skir's word to the mothership. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, interesting. I'm getting information as I'm processing it right now. So yeah, we got 8 characters they could bring in. Actually, they could bring them all in and then just start forming the Imperial Remnant, whatever they want to call it, with Thrawn, and then start that, and then have Ahsoka in there. So it'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting. Very interesting. It's Linky. It's fun for a girl and the boy. Says hello there. Hi, Linky. Hello there. Another happy landing. All right, so we got all kinds of stuff. We got the raid information. So yeah, the other galaxy far, far away faction. That would be awesome, actually. Well, it's interesting because what excites me about Ahsoka season 2 is the celestial angle that they've got in there. Like, oh, you imagine if they bring that into canon, like live action canon. My nipples. Maybe get a little bit of Abeloth for later stuff, which I would love. Yeah. So yeah, exciting times. So I got to start planning for. We got to take now. My Snips is Relic 9, so taking her to or Relic 5, so taking her to 9. It just had her to her favorites. Take her up to Relic 9. Right? Let's see here. I may wait. Let's just build up. I don't have to. The Snips will be Relic. Okay, got it. So that means okay. The other galaxy far, far away. That's right. It's like saying it again, 1073. All right, keep your questions coming in. So big news. So Ahsoka Tano will be the next GL. And you know what? The things I had said is I thought we might get a road ahead. Maybe yesterday, but we didn't. I thought, well, maybe on Monday. If not, then we weren't going to get it until after 4th of July. We may get it on the beginning of next week because there's a lot of big information. But then again, they put all the stuff for Naboo, so that was one of the things I thought they might put as part of the road ahead, but they kept that as a separate thing, which I kind of like. So, okay, so we know Ahsoka Tano's coming, but all right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They got to get in before 4th of July, right? So yeah, we need the Omni for the raid next week too. I will not be doing the Omni for the raid next week, so I'm just going in their Baby Yoda eyes. They're watching you. I need to give you a greeting. I'm just going in there, doing my thing, and then yeah. Okay. All right, keep your questions, comments, everything coming in, guys. It's a busy Saturday morning here on Jedi Academy. Oh my goodness. And I still messaged Crime and said he's a sick man for that puzzle. Holy God. I was watching those guys do it yesterday, especially Scribble. I'm like, that hurts my brain watching you. Oh, by the way, we did GAC yesterday. Had a really big FU defense. We won. Yeah, we won. They couldn't beat our Gungans. 2 battles on that. They cleared a couple other teams and they've given up. So they went hard. We almost pulled off skewers where I took out all the GLs with non-GL counters. Starkiller failed us. It was horrible. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Like I thought it was going to be yesterday, but yeah. Azra Bird says, I'm so excited, and they just can't hide it. Bird's about to lose control, and I think I like it. Ooh wee. No, I understand, Bird. I mean, if this had been Revan, I would have been running around with my shirt off and screaming, and Desi would have had to throw some water on me or something. So yeah. After you relic 9 your Gungas, you're hoarding till the gear requirements come out for reserve. Yeah, I mean, I've got it. So here's the thing. I've got enough to take the Gungans and how many more do I have left? 2 more. 4. So I'd have to do 6 relic 9s for 2 relic 9 teams. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to go maybe relic 8 first, and then see where the cards play, because I may not need to do the top tier of the raid. I only did Kenobi and Qui-Gon because the rewards in that new assault battle are freaking ridiculous. They are so good.
Redonkulous.
Oh, they are redonkulous. You mentioned, oh look, everybody, it's Carther Junigus. Garth, we were wrong as shit. You should have seen me this morning, Garth, when I first came on. I was all over the place, dude. I woke up. I gave up on the SWGOH events. You know, it's just 900 things in there, right? And so I hadn't looked at it. I woke up, I got coffee. I'm just like, okay, let's go do the Jedi Academy. And so the last thing we had talked about was the Night Trooper, right?
Yeah.
And I was giving all my theories because I woke up and was like, well, this is what I think's going on. I don't know if it's going to be GL Ahsoka, blah, 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 blah. And they said, no, it's GL Ahsoka. I'm like, what? When did that get announced? And then I'm like, okay, it's GL Ahsoka. Ahsoka the White, Karth. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, so I said this like a year ago when they were talking about,
yeah, we talked about which direction for GLs they could go.
I felt like Thrawn would need to be the one that's deferred because it wasn't what I would consider at the pinnacle of his power.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the Night Trooper. I'm like, all right, well, Thrawn first. We could do Enoch and the Night Trooper, and maybe like Morgan Elspeth, and then Captain Pelion, and then that's your team, and we'll call it a day. But then we went hard left and went right after Ahsoka, and I was like, well, I mean, out of the two, she was the one that we could kind of box a little sooner as like an UFU GL. But at the same time, I'm like, really? Like, I was a little sad to find out that it was going to be GL Ahsoka. Not because I don't like the character, but just because I didn't feel like she's got enough development to go right to GL right now. But I feel like their idea behind that's got to be like the Ahsoka the White transformation, where it's like, well, she's at her pinnacle, and I'm like, I mean, if you say so, but like I don't agree with it at all. So
well, we had some of the same arguments of Jabba, right? Like, yeah, he's a famous character, but is he a GL worthy character? I'm like, well, he ran the criminal underworld. I don't know how that works, but
honestly, at the beginning, I thought they were going to go with Crimson Dawn. I
Yeah.
was I kind of got excited for that because like I don't know like it's interesting to me that they went with Afra all those years ago, which is two, but I mean it feels like a long time ago. They went
Usually.
with Afra, and she's really only a comic book character. We don't really see much of her, but there's some crossover between Afra and Kira in the Crimson Dawn series, and I was like, man, that kind of seems like a good pivot point is to bring in some more comic book characters, and she would make a fantastic one. Give us a fourth Maul, give us Crimson Dawn Maul.
Oh
He
my
looks
God.
badass. I would love
Yeah.
to see that. You know,
Old master.
but it would be kind of cool to see some of these characters kind of get fleshed out and down that road. But I've been saying for a long time, it just feels like them trying to keep up with the new releases, it's going to drain us of content very quickly, and they need to go somewhere else. And I was really hoping this was it, because we were at that lull and there's not really a ton of great stuff to pull from. But in my head, I'm looking at this going like, man, if Ahsoka's the GL, I'm assuming they're going to go full light side Ufu with her, which would be really
Well,
weird.
yeah, because I was just talking about the night trooper. Where does he fit in? He'll be a requirement, like
He'll
Scout,
be
like
well.
Scout was, but he's not going to be a part of the team. That's what was throwing me off. I'm like, that's what I mentioned to you last night. Like, could they be going just legendary on these and flipping the script?
They could do a legendary Thrawn though,
Yeah,
and then bring out the other characters that we mentioned, and then we'll get a GL Thrawn after the movie drops in a couple of years.
yeah.
That's a completely a possibility, but I mean, it's like a little bit out of left field for me because it doesn't feel right. It just feels like, you know, things have happened. So I don't know quite where they're headed towards on that one, to be honest with you. But
Well, we know Relic 9 snips, so
yeah, which isn't bad. I mean, she's a
no,
pilot. She's a
no.
really good character under JMK.
Oh my
Having
God,
her
yes.
mastery a little higher is better. Like, like out of, I'm assuming we can safely assume it's going to be Relic Nine, Snips, Fulcrum, and Cat. But I wouldn't want to commit to anything until they tell us. But I mean, they'll give us the list probably with the road ahead, or which is probably going to come out after the raid goes live,
Yeah,
and then they'll give us the rest of that, and then the new marquees. We know there's 3 marquees loaded on deck. So one of them clearly is Night Trooper. 2 of them have got to be Sabine and Ezra, because I can't see how
well,
we
if they're
make a
going to
GL.
Ufu, they could go Balin, and Shin.
Yeah, but that's a mix. I don't know if they want to do mix again.
I don't know, but I mean the mixed Ufu teams have been a lot of fun to play. I mean, Seer with all the characters is a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
fun.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. But the problem if they go mix though is that Malicos goes straight to
Oh, that's true.
Ahsoka, because Malicos
Oh my
has no
God.
GL tech. So
Oh my God, that's true. Yeah,
yeah,
she's
so
light side, baby. They're going light side. Oh
unless
my
they rewrite
God.
his
I
kit to
just,
say
oh
if
my
the leader is a
God.
non-galactic legend, oof, which they could do, they could just make
They
that the case.
could.
But there's the Seer team is so cranked up already. I'm like, if they throw Malicos under GL like Ahsoka, my God.
Good God.
But yeah, I'm not even saying that Ahsoka's not deserving of a GL. I'm just saying I would have liked to see more development in the character and the surrounding characters before it came out. That's all I'm getting at with Ahsoka. But the yeah, I think they're gonna go light side Ufu, but I just like Ufu Ezra and Ufu Sabine. But
Right.
again, they don't really make sense because
No.
Sabine was training to be a Jedi. She's not unaligned at the
Yeah.
moment. She was trained to be a Jedi. Ezra never gave up being a Jedi. He just didn't go into
Yeah.
space with his lightsaber.
Yeah.
So it's like there's nothing really that I would say with that. So maybe she'll be an Ufu, but she'll lead some other tag. I don't know, because they did that with Kenobi, right? Kenobi's a Jedi, but he leads Galactic Republic specifically.
Yeah.
Um, but that's where I'm at. I feel like they should have let that cook a little bit longer and get more New Republic stuff flushed out before they dove on that grenade. Because it seems like with like honest to God, if they bring in Morgan Elspeth and they don't bring in Merrick, I'm gonna be a little upset. because that was such a cool like duo to have, even though he dies like a couple episodes later. I mean, it was well, dies again, let's be honest.
Yes.
um there's a lot of things about that would be interesting, but I'm a little at a loss for what they're going to do with her team. I'm a little at a loss what they would do for the team with Ahsoka.
Well, we know
Thrawn,
Night Trooper will go through the process of getting him up and running, and then we'll go through the other new marquees and stuff. That's why you guys have been asking me, Ranger, why are you saving your a giant hoard of crystals? Now you know why. I knew something was coming around the bend. I didn't know if it was going to be a GL ship or what was coming on. And I can't see at this point, Karth, they put in a ship now with this announcement.
I mean, it's still possible, right?
Because it's possible, but I think it's going to get delayed because they're going to want to go into the GL because we're getting
Trooper. Yeah, but the GL will be done in the next. Well, the GL will be done and launched within the next quarter, right? Because there's no way this takes longer than 3 months to push out the door. Because they'll do it the exact same way they did Leia, right? Is that the last characters aren't going to be farmable, but all the marquees have to come out first. So that's going to be probably within 6 to 8 weeks, the GL Ahsoka will be into the game. Like that's going to be almost a guarantee for that character. So so that gets in, in 8 weeks, we're at the end of August.
Yeah.
So early September, likely late August. So it's like we can easily pivot into something else because last year the ship came in August and then the GL came in October. So we could just be doing the GL first and then the ship will come later in the year. Still have time for it, and that gives us more time to get through the Luthen conquest because Luthen's got 2 more runs. So that's July's and August runs when we get Luthen wrapped up. And so depending on what they do next with Luthen will be, or with the conquest unit, will be should be more indicative.
It's going to be tied into the GL, man. I can't see them.
I would almost, dude, swear to God, if they're going to do more Ahsoka stuff, if Balin's not a conquest unit,
I'll be shocked.
I will lose my mind because that character should be a conquest unit. Shin can be a marquee. That's fine.
That's fine.
I don't know what they really do because they're going to have some very interesting tags where I almost feel like Morgan Elspeth makes the better like legendary unit, and then she gets rolled in the Thrawn. But at the same time, it's like I just don't like when we build a team up and then immediately pull parts of it out to go to the next character.
Well, if they bring those the 3 witches and Morgan in, they're going to have synergy with the Night Sisters, right?
Yeah, so I don't see them bringing the mothers in at this moment.
No, I don't either. But I'm saying if they did,
yeah, because there's like, I mean, you got Balin, Shin, Morgan, Merrick, and who was the other character that was with them in the beginning? I felt like there was more than 4, but maybe it was just the 4 of them. So you've got them, you've got the Night Troopers, you've got Enoch. If we don't get Enoch specifically, I would be floored as well.
Mickey, Ned, and Roy. No, this isn't the Mickey Mouse Club.
But yeah,
Ranger,
there's just a lot of
Karth,
Yo-Yo,
Yo-Yo. Big Steve. It was not Porkins. Get out of here. All right. To press one up question, Karth, how hard are you going to crystal wise for GL Ahsoka? Well, I think me and Karth both are we're going. It's a GL. Regardless, it's a galactic legend, brother.
I've been hoarding energy for a GL for a month and a half now, so I'm at 14k energy. So it's like I need 25k to hit the mark. I get about like 800 to 900 energy a week, so I'll be pretty close to day 1 unlock with the character. So
which reminds me, I just said, light side currency burritos. Let me just go get those now.
It just, honest to God though, it just killed my reason to R9 a raid team though. Like,
I'm not. I did Kenobi and Obi-Wan up for obviously for the assault battles, but no,
I don't regret Queen Amidala and Kenobi and Qui-Gon for the team's function.
And Gun and Jar Jar, because you cannot have Jar Jar getting.
Well, Jar Jar has to stop at 3, 6, or 9 because of his own Omicron. It kind of screws him on that front. So, but I with the tier with the new raid box going away, because they got rid of the new one,
Yeah.
and now it's just we have R9 tiers, but we don't have um a new box that goes with it.
No.
So at that junction, it's just like, well, unless the raid is stupid hard, like I've got everything at almost R8 anyways. So it's like, why do I care? I'm just gonna do my R8 runs, average my 2.4 per run, and then get my max box and be done with it.
Well, yeah, I
So
was looking at that too. Like if I take like my Amidala team, I just need to take Ayla to 8, and that team's relic 8 or higher.
yeah,
And then I'm like the other ones, I'm like, I'll leave them at relic 5. They're all 5 to 7. So I'm like, those are the other 3 teams. I'll just do whatever battles I can for
yeah,
now, and then just take the Gungans to, eventually to 8 at least, and then just run
yeah.
that. I'm not.
Well, and the thing is too is we still haven't seen the Omicron, and so if the Omicron is like put it on auto and win, like I I don't love the idea of it, but I mean I wouldn't hate it either. But it's just like I was thinking about doing the Gungans to R9 because I got Phalanx and Jar Jar there already, so everyone else is R8. So I was like, okay, well, that wouldn't be a hard thing to do, and they are good, pretty good in TB, especially if you want to spend another Omicron on Tarpals. But the the Queen Amidala team, is like, all right, well, I can right now form a Relic 9 Queen Amidala team with Keller and Beck and Mace Windu being because they're already Relic 9, but I was like, I can. We'll see what works out for that team, and we'll slap those characters in there for that run. But now it's just like, well, who cares?
Yeah. Like, yeah. Mm-mm. All right, we got some more questions here. Engineer Choo Choo says, "Do you think cat will be a requirement? They will make it hard for most players." Don't know, because
Well,
we know
so
we'll know the marquees, and then, but we won't know the other 10 characters in the ship that'll be
it
required.
has been fairly consistent that the previous iterations of the
At
characters
least one gets in there,
are,
right?
well, almost all of them except for,
Well,
I
let's see.
think,
Did you need
well,
both
the only
Leia's
time
for Leia? Let me go back and look.
we needed Princess, and I
Yes,
believe we needed Rolo. The only one was that's the exception was Lord Vader, because Jedi Anakin was required for C
right.
at Relic 7, so they didn't require both of those because it was
I know you
the
needed General Kenobi for Kenobi.
yeah.
Did you need old Ben? No, he was another
No, because
requirement.
he came after the character.
I could see one, or we know Snips.
Yeah, we
So
know.
could
Well,
Cat
but
be one? Maybe, but I think it's most likely a Ahsoka Fulcrum that they might make a
Fulcrum,
requirement.
yeah, I can see that as well. But I mean, Cat's not a bad R9 anyways,
No.
so it's like, oh no, make me R9 this
Oh no, she
character.
hits like a monster.
But I guarantee you, like, it's gonna be some high relics that they're gonna
I mean,
come
I've
in
already got
with.
my Cat at Relic 8. I mean, it's like, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
once you get the team up there, it's
Yeah.
like a little bit more relics helps the JMK team a lot. That mastery pop is fantastic.
Yes. And Jedi Rolls, hello from San Diego, says Ranger question. Since I called it for the Ahsoka characters, when will we get Jedi Sabine and New Ezra? Well, we don't know what all the characters are going to be yet, Jed. We don't know yet.
I mean, yeah, they didn't
Are
give
they
us.
definitely on the board? Yeah, they're definitely a possibility, but we don't know yet.
I mean, it's just for me the only thing I wanted more development before that, because I
That's
feel
right.
like the like, well, so oh yeah, that was the one that I'd heard about, who Hugh Yang being
Hu
on
Yang
the
could be
Ahsoka team.
one. Sabine, Ezra, Hu Yang, and
Yeah, plus one.
those would be the ones that go with her. And then you've got Trooper coming in just as requirement, but that'll be for the dark side stuff, right?
Yeah,
Um,
but there's not really
None of
anybody
them were conquest
else.
characters. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Cat. I just, yeah, none of the other ones had a conquest characters that was associated with a Geo. I can think.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Leviathan had two conquest characters associated with it.
I'm just going off GLs, not ships. I mean, yeah, ships. Yeah,
Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm just saying, it's like it's not
it's
out of the
possible.
possibility.
No, it's definitely
And Cat
possible.
is a old conquest unit comparatively speaking.
Yeah, I mean, that's right, bars, but for new players, it's impossible.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
Yeah, they would have to, and what they'll do is they'll give away cat shards and stuff as right, Bert. If it is cat, besides Proving Grounds and other places, you'll
but
see her pop in
yeah,
and
they
stuff
might
like
add her
that.
to a store. But
And
the
there'll be
thing
a
is
bundle.
too,
As right, Bird. There's going to be a bundle for like
but
$9.99 or
but
19.99.
even at that though, there's no way Ahsoka Tano is going to be any young accounts first GL.
No, that's why they're going to have to do
Like
something major
it's
to
gonna
help.
like the R9 is already causing problems for that.
Yeah,
Like let alone the other 14 you're gonna have for her. I'm like,
yeah,
man. Now I would find it humorous to at least to me. I would find it funny if we got Ahsoka the Gray as the fifth character and then Ahsoka the White as the leader. That would be kind of funny. But I
Jesus.
can't see them doing double Ahsokas. But I mean, in my head, it's not the dumbest thing I've heard of, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, she is available for Get 3, but it's still a slow ass farm. So besides Proving Ground and Get 3, it still takes you good whiles. If you've done
I
gas
mean,
and those characters, it takes you a hot minute. I don't care how much currency you get. You got to wait for every cycle to get some of the currency, and then you spend it, and then you only get so many shards. That's why it
yeah.
takes months on months to get these characters if you're going hard for them. But I cannot see them not for any of this stuff with the recent patterns or put hacks out there for people to take
Oh
characters to
yeah.
relics and
Well,
stuff like that.
they've been pushing some more of the cat packs recently. They've been bringing them back more frequently in the web store offer, and now they got a pack for it for in game to take advantage of getting some shards for her. So I can't see them not expediting it a little bit if they
Yeah,
give it, but it's probably gonna be like they'll give you like up to half the shards and packs, and then the rest of it's just gonna be
where you're at.
where you're at. So
Yeah. So there's going to be packs and they're not going to be ridiculous. Because they've been doing that for all this stuff. Although GLs are a little bit different. I mean, for the marquees, no, but for older characters and stuff, they'll have the Ahsoka Tano the White pack bundle, 19.99. Get these 5, 6 characters or whatever to Relic 5, and you're like, wee. So,
yeah.
Yeah. My crazy count is getting crazier, says Neo Venom. Almost a full squad of Ahsoka. Oh god, I don't want to see that, Neo Venom. You're insane. Wolfman says, I still need Conehead, and that's not something I'll have anytime soon. Yeah, it's gonna take you a bit, Yes, newer players. But I think they're doing a better job, Karth, of helping newer players. Yeah, you gotta spend $10, but I mean, shit. They had that Jedi bundle that came for the raid. I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah,
$20 and I don't have to I save all that material signal down and stuff that I would have had
yeah.
to spend for because all my characters were I took them to gear 12. They were sitting there and I'm like, no, I'm $20. Yeah, give me that. Yeah, give me that.
Well, I mean, just in like Cairo, you were spending
Yeah.
over $20 in Cairo because every 100 Cairo is basically $20, right?
Yeah.
I think 50 is roughly 10.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so there is $100 in Cairo just to take those 5 characters on their finisher from gear 12 to gear 13, let alone the cost for those 5 relic levels for the 5 characters, and depending on how much gear 12 plus pieces you're missing, the value there. So
yeah.
that it was such a no-brainer, and I think they're going to do more things like that, bolstering up the less useful factions.
Yes.
So that people can kind of catch up. But I mean, the thing about the game that's always going to just show the old versus the new accounts is going to be mod depth, because
Yes.
they
And
can't
Zetas.
whale hard enough for that, man. Yeah. Oh my god, I am wildly so like floored that they have not done like
more for Zetas. I mean, they've done some stuff to help players, but I don't think it's been enough.
I'm surprised they don't do like put in a Zeta or 2 in the Lightspeed bundles. I think they just don't want to undervalue them because they are such a hot commodity right now that people are willing to spend on the Zeta packs that come around, and so they rather just have them. If they're going to spend, they might as well just keep spending there.
Yeah. Vinalto B says, hey guys, custom news. You bet your sweet ass we are. I woke up this morning, started the Jedi Academy, not knowing we had a GL Ahsoka, and the next thing I know, I had the chat. I think chat set me up. Because I woke up because the only thing we had last night after I did GAC, because me and Carth were chilling waiting for see what Scribbles was going to do. Did he get to your GAC last night?
No, I
I
still
didn't
got
think
to
he
play it
was.
today.
Yeah.
No, he DM'd me like right afterwards. He's like, "Nope, I'm done." I'm like,
Yeah,
"That's fair."
that's fair. But yes, we are discussing the. But yeah, we do have the announcement of GL Ahsoka, and we know that Relic 9 Snips is going to be on there. And I would say, I would caution guys before, it's just Horde. If you're going to do this, Horde. If you want to create a favorites list for your characters and stuff, outside, get your characters to Gear 12. We just never know with a pack what they're going to offer for $20. You know, where it's like, take these characters all to Relic 5. I don't know if they actually.
I doubt they'll do it for a GL.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But just be aware that they've been doing some stuff like that. But just have your characters ready, and then when you're ready to pop it, then pop it. See if they're going to do packs. If not, then at least you've got a majority of the stuff knocked out, right? If you're going to go for GL Ahsoka, you got to plan long term. Yes, I agree with that. Whittleston 3 says newer is always more expensive. That's right. Because you're going to have the 3 marquees that we know, right? These are all going to be, we know what, Trooper's going to be 1, and then we know he's going to be a requirement. So, and then we'll get at least 2 more associated with Ahsoka. Do we think it's going to be Sabine and a new Sabine
they're
and
like
Ezra?
the only characters they can really pull from. Honest to God, there's so few. So I think they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
To a degree. So, I mean, it'll just be what it'll
New
be.
Hera.
But well, that was something that people had talked about too. Was New Hera.
I'd like a new Hera in the game with that visual. That lady is fine as frog hair, brother. I could stare at her backside all day long. My goodness, that woman is gorgeous. That's Ewan McGregor's wife too, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That played Hera. Yeah.
Yeah.
I first saw her in what was that one movie with the exes, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I forgot that she was in there, and someone said, "Yeah, that's when she was in there." Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff, and I was like, "She was in there." Oh my God. Brett Shorter says, "I'm hoping for Ezra and Balin." Well, we're gonna get probably light side. I think we could get Balin and Shin. We'll see. We just there's a lot of unknowns, but I think everybody's speculation right now, Karth, is kind of on point. Everyone's mentioning all these different characters. I'm like, shit, at this point. Yeah, and I'll tell you what this has also done, Karth. Luthien, I'll unlock him, but I'm not going hard on him. I'm going to save my Omicrons and stuff for this new team. I just, I like Luthien, but
oh well, that's
a tough choice.
That's the question, man. There's so many little like knickknacks of like what's gonna be like solid and what they're going to require, because you can almost guarantee that one of the characters is going to be with the TW Ami, one's going to have a GAC Ami to kind of elevate it, because they did the same thing with Jabba and Leia. So it's like, okay, Leia didn't get a TW Ami for her team, but she only got 2 characters, whereas Jabba got technically 2 TW Amis on his lineup, but Embo came first and just happened to get the Hut Cartel tag. So I'm hoping that they do a few other options. But I could see a new Sabine really easily. I could see a new Ezra really easily. Hugh Yang seems like a shoe-in for how much he's shown in the show. Honestly,
and we've seen him fighting, so they got some good battle animations and stuff they can do with him.
Yeah, they can do some of that stuff too. So like there's just a few things that there's like who's the 5th going to be and how far do they want to push it, because I feel like with Ahsoka they're going to have to ship a team. It's going to be like Jabba kind of all over again. They're going to have to ship us the majority, if not the entirety of the team, because I don't see how they develop this character without too much like textual like blocking things off, because it's like if she's an Ufu that leads Jedi, it's going to need to really narrow out what Jedi work with her. If she's leading an Ufu team and she doesn't full light side Ufu, then Malicos is going to go hang out with her and kick everyone's face in.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So it's just like there's so many things that where it's like, depending on where they want to go with it, which is why I thought they would honestly push her for a New Republic GL, but there isn't any really New Republic characters outside of Hera that I would even want to go down the road with. So I could see them doing Hera, but then it feels like it's such a, I don't know, meh option. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't mind it, but it just doesn't feel like she fits the mold of the team. And then they'd have to come up with a new faction for that too, because how does Hera fit in with Jedi? She really doesn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns. So all the stuff that you guys are bringing up, of course, is a possibility. So we're going to Ahsoka. So I was thinking, Carthy had mentioned like where they're going to go from here because the Acolyte, they could bring the characters in, but man, that series is not very popular. Oh my! But they do have a
No,
lot of characters they can use from it.
but even with the Acolyte, it's gonna be roughly 9 months to a year
Yeah,
before
it'll
that
be
we'll
next year
see
this
them.
time easily before we see them.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I'm with you, but
Well, I think they'll do like they always do. Either we'll get a ship for the Christmas run if they're going to do it, or we're going to get another legendary. That's kind of what they've been doing. It gives them a little bit of freedom to go legends and stuff like that and do some fun stuff during that time. So get through the GL, um, and then we'll see where we go from there. It'll be one of those two things. They're going to have something for the holiday season. It's the holiday season. And doop de doop, spend your cash. And if you don't, we'll kick your ass. Hey! All right. No, light side Ezra with Kung Fu grip. That's right. Well, he did create a new lightsaber. So he could have Kung Fu grip, Earth, and a lightsaber. I'm just throwing it out there, Karth.
I mean, it's not like they haven't done something similar before, because I mean, with the Inquisitors, they have characters that don't have their lightsaber active until they attack, so they could
Yes.
do. And then same with Seer. Seer uses a blaster, but then throws a lightsaber when needed. So
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Taking some. Da, 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 da. All right. All right. So get your questions in, guys. A lot of news with the Ray. We just have GL Soka. We know Relic 9 Snips. We knew the new troopers coming in. So yeah, welcome to the Jedi Academy. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. If you have a question, put those in, and then we will get those answered. Linky says, well, it could be the start of a new Republic tagging game, would be nice. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I'm not arguing any of these things. I'm just like, my head is having a hard time with the like the development's not there yet per
Yeah.
se. So it's like, I wouldn't mind New Republic coming in the game. I would love to see Hera piloting the Starhawk. That would be freaking bananas.
Bananas
Would
banana.
love every second of that. But I mean, just in my head, I'm looking at it going like, I don't know about how that's gonna shake loose though. So
Yeah, they introduced E-Wings in that show too, Azrael Bird, so that's definitely on the table.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got options.
Yeah, Depressed Swamp says, I love the aesthetic of the character in the Acolyte, but I don't like the characterization. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, for this game, you know, it gives them a trove of stuff that they can do. There's plenty of stuff out there, guys, trust me, for content that they can pull from. Great. We've talked about all the different factions that haven't even been sniffed in this game that they can bring in. From the Celestials, the Eternal Throne, all the different Sith and Jedi from past in the old Republic timeline and characters, and you've got an Acolyte. We also know Skeleton Crew is going to be coming out sometime. We also have Tales of the Jedi, which they could bring in like a Waddle or a young Dooku and stuff like that they could do. So yeah, trust me, Star Wars is not starving for characters. Okay, I think we're gonna be fine. Now, when they're gonna get released, Karth, is a different story. Um, that's why we try to read the tea leaves, guys. Damn, no Revan for me. Oh well. Next year, if there's time, Karth, I'll be like, hey, Revan. Hey, Revan.
Right.
Many years I've been saying, can we get Revan? And it wouldn't be so much in the forefront of my mind if I had not done that interview with CG Carey back in the day where they said they actually had a Revan like that was on board to be done. You got Jar Jar. You don't need Revan this year. I'm thinking of hanging you, Wolfman. I'm gonna let you apologize. I'm thinking of hanging you right now. Yeah, you're comparing Revan with Jar Jar, and that I should be happy that I got Jar Jar, not Revan. Just my fingers twitching right now. Their Karth to hang Wolfman right now. I'm really debating: do I hang this man out of spite for saying such blasphemy here? How dare you, sir? How dare you? To press one question: are we getting a Karth Ranger GL Ahsoka event guide? Yeah, we'll do that. We always do for those. For those, we'll do that. So yes. Only for the big events. I mean, when me and Karth do stuff, it's for like the big events, for any big legendary or something along those lines. The Jar Jar event, things of that nature, we'll do that. Oh, I don't have these stream alerts on. Let me turn that on. Yeah, I forgot that this is not on. Sorry about that, guys. That's right. That's right, Linky. There's a lot of hangings going on in the chat for Wolfman, but I'm trying to let the better angels, my better side, come through. Yeah, we'll definitely do a guide on that. I don't try to tap Karth through too many guides because he has this. What's this thing he's doing? Life, real life, and so.
What? Nah, come on, that's not important, right?
I know. Nathaniel Morgan says, "What can men do against such reckless hate?" I know. That's right. What was it about you were mentioning this to me yesterday? You're just going to change the topic a little bit. You guys can still bring this stuff up, but you said there was like 25 million credits in the Luthien bundle that was out yesterday.
Yeah, the Luthien pack's got 20 million credits in it with 20 shards for like maybe the ideal team, but it's you can buy it 4 times. There's like 80 million credits you can buy for like 40 bucks. And I was like, it's not great, but I mean, oh man, that's still nutty because it's so much stuff. Like it's still a lot of good return. So
Linky says, I like how the Andor era of the game was just Luthien and done. Well, for now, I think they just needed to boost. They needed a character to boost Momo and not so much Saul. Saul's pretty good, but I mean, boost those teams up, especially with what they were seeing, especially Mon Mothma. I mean, many counters out there, Karth, that are very nice for banners. So yeah, if you really don't, and if you don't need criticism, what else do you need? That's a lot of shard store currency too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to spend money on shard shop currency.
No, I never will do that.
That's an expensive turnaround on investment. You're better off just buying $40 worth of crystals.
Yeah, I agree with that 1000%. But we'll see. I mean, maybe down the line we'll get some more stuff because they can still bring Deidre and other stuff that characters we've mentioned from that show into here. But I think Luthien was just kind of a thing to boost up a team. Eventually, we'll probably get a ship. And then we're going to pivot now into Ahsoka. We've got the raid, and now we've got GL Ahsoka. So we are out of the Phantom Menace kind of stuff for the beginning of the year, and now we're switching to GL Ahsoka. So that's really where it's good. Well, we got the raid, which is the last, I think, the remnants of all the stuff we went through for the first 6 months of the year, and now we're getting into Ahsoka and stuff. So yeah, and it's very interesting. I'm going to think about Relic 8 Ayla, then I have a really powerful team for upper echelon, and then 4 Relic 8s on the Gungans. I don't even want to do Relic 9 on the Gungans, if I'm being honest there, Karth. And then, save for everything else. Neil says, time for some chaos. All right, Neil Venom, get that Rule 34 crap out of here. We're trying to have a very civilized discussion. We're not Rule 34 in a damn thing. Especially with Karth around, because he likes that kind of stuff. When Karth wants to mess with me, he sends me all kinds of crazy stuff. It's like, oh my God, Karth. Look at the message from Karth. It's like, really? I appreciate what you've done, but really?
Says all this like he doesn't like it.
I love it, but it's like, God damn, that's not, I mean, because my brain's not in that mode. It's just like, oh, Karth's messing. What's going on? Okay. Nice. Let me get back to what I was intending on doing. So are you guys going to roll out a GL ship this year? Couldn't they do a new battle damage chimera from Ahsoka? They could, but I mean, you would need Thrawn, and I don't know if they're going to do Thrawn right at the same time they're doing GL Ahsoka. It could come afterwards, maybe, Karth, but not during GL Ahsoka's time.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, it's possible, but again, this is my argument with Thrawn the entire time. Is I don't feel like this is like Thrawn at the pinnacle of his power. He's been in isolation and reclusion for like ever. So it's like, why would you choose this moment to reintroduce like Thrawn as with a new capital ship and things of that nature. So I'm like, I don't see it, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen. It's just that I don't see it. That's about the extent of what I've got on that portion of things.
Yeah,
So
can we still get a new capital ship this year? Sure, because after Ahsoka and then we get all this, we get to the GL, they could pivot to a separatist capital ship. I still think that's on board. But there's where we stand, Karth. Oh, but Benny of Randomness says, "Hey, Ranger and Karth. Hey, Benny, welcome to the show. We're talking about the new Ahsoka and relics and breakfast cereals and whatever else is on your mind. And all of our plans that we had previously, Karth, has once again been flipped upside down by Capital Games."
it's not about right par for the course.
Yeah. As I said, I mean, I woke up this morning. I hadn't checked. I was up late. Me and Karth both were trying to see if we got any more information. The only thing I woke up to this morning before I started the Jedi Academy, went got some coffee. I didn't look at anything. I just came on. I'm like, well, we got Night Trooper. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's a GL Thrawn. I don't know. Then everyone's like, oh, no, it's GL Sick was announced. I'm like, really? God damn. You know, Karth, you go to sleep, you wake up, and things happen. Damn it.
Yeah, that's how you get pregnant. So I hear.
That's how it works, yeah. When the stork brings the baby. Neo Venom says, since... all right, never mind. Yeah, Karth, you can just go. That's horrible. I'm, again, Wolf. Hang him? Yeah. I'm debating hanging him, too, now. Hang him? I know. Well, now you get that shit out of here, Wolfman. If I didn't hang your ass, you can't be one of the ones saying, hey, hang someone else. Unless you're deflecting. Well played, sir. Good deflection. All right. What else in your three? Benny says, GL Sucker, do you think it's a bit too soon? I mean, there's a movie coming out. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. No, but you did say something just as bad, in my opinion, Wolfman. You know what you did. You're not on my happy list right now. You know what you did. I mean, Rule 34 is bad too, but I mean, both of those put me in a very...
I watched an AI generated sing off battle.
All right, he okay. Well, say everybody say goodbye to Wolfman. All right.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, okay. That's the second. I let it slide the first time, Karth, but I can't do it now. There will be a hanging here. Well, okay. Apparently, this doesn't want to let me do it. My Twitch is going bananas. I'll just refresh and then I'll hang him. All right, don't worry, Wolf. I'm going to get you. All right. Apparently, my browser's going bananas. Jesus. Why do I have a Pac-Man ghost? What in the hell is going on with Twitch? Let's try this again. Yeah, he knows. There we go. Everyone save 10 minutes. Wolfman, I'm sorry, but you habitually stepped over the line. And now he's back. I've punished him enough. There you go. All right. Neo Venom just jumped on the bandwagon. All right. You guys just like being hung. All right. Bye-bye, Neo Venom. At least I gets all that Rule 34 shit out of there. I was waiting for an opportunity. Thank you, Neo Venom. Gave me a good opportunity here. Yeah, he's an habitual line stepper, Nathaniel Morgan. Jack Daniels is taking a dig here. He says, isolation, not the height of his power. Sounds like JML. Oh, Lord.
I mean, I'd love to agree with that a little bit more, but I don't.
What else in 3 says, ladies like when you're hung too, Karth. And then Daisy says, can confirm. There you go. All right, there you go. Yes, Daisy Jingle Schnarf jumping in on the hung conversation. Speaking of which, in less than 2 weeks, July 11th, Thursday, July 11th is going to be my birthday. I will be having a big stream. You're all welcome to come join me, celebrate my birthday. We have stuff on the wish list and things of that nature. If you'd like to get the list, you can message me, or you can message Jesse Jingle Schnarf, who has nothing planned for me on that day. So for no activities, you can message Desi and get this stuff. And they're giggling. Thinks I'm dumb, man.
I mean, I can
That's
hear you.
Thursday, July 11th. There, Ray Rock.
I can definitely hear you talking, so that can't be true.
That's true. I do talk. But yes, if you're not interested in not do anything on my birthday, hint hint, don't message Desi Jingle Snarf Snarf.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because she doesn't talk to any of the guys or anything, and don't have me do massive amounts of shoeies and shit and plays innocent. That never happens, you know.
No, no, not ever.
No,
To be
that's never
honest,
happened.
I can't recall that
Mhm.
ever happening.
Yes, yes. She's so pure and innocent. It's amazing. It's so
Yeah.
it's just she's like a ray of sunshine in the darkness. You cannot ever question Desi's pure intentions. Desi says there's been zero collusion up to this point. Okay. Yes.
I feel like I'm being lied to. I can't tell you how I feel that, but something tells me that that may not be the full truth of the matter.
I just know Thursday, Karth, I'm going to get fucked up. All right, let's be real here, because there's stuff on the Amazon wish list that I put shoeies toward. Right, I've got the hot toy list and the Amazon wish list. Not that I like these lists, but you guys made me create them long ago. After much arguing and consternation, I gave in, and it's been sadness ever since. Karth, I get stuff from. It's like, oh God, how many shit? Because it's just, I will get Heinzie back for this one day. But yeah. Desi Jingle Schnarf. Not your point of contact. Hint, hint, wink, wink, say no more.
I mean, that checks.
Yes. Wolfman says, I may or may not well like Karth on that day.
Ooh. Can you rail
no.
for Karth on that day? That's the question.
So if you don't know the list on both, and don't message Desi if you need the list. The hot toys, which, good God, those things are ridiculous, but that's so many shoeies, I don't even want to think about it. The Amazon wish list is somewhat reasonable, Karth, because there's a lot of shoeies, but nothing like the hot toys. So I'd just be happy if everybody just shows up. But then again, Karth, on my birthday, there's going to be a lot of shoeies and Burnett and stuff like that involved. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I do not want that shit, Neo Venom. I will burn that on stream. If someone gets me the Velociraptor, actually, you know what I would do, Karth? I'd sell that fucker right off the bat and then get some hot toys. So how old will you be? I will be 49 years old this year, Neo Venom. Yeah, I'll either burn it or go get hot toys for it. I think Stranger's birthday gift will be alcohol poisoning. No, I'll be hydrated. You guys think so? Yeah, the hot toy Darth Revan. I totally creamed my jeans, Penny, but that won't be out the next year. You can pre-order it, but yeah. No, it's just okay. So if you don't know the Raptor story, back in the day when we were doing the lunch stream, we would do just one a day. We would do full board, Ross reviews with SWGOH stuff, and for whatever reason, and I don't know why, because I'm not the biggest dinosaur. Actually, I hardly ever look at dinosaurs car stuff. They kept, every advertisement was for this gigantic fucking Velociraptor, life size, from like Jurassic Park. I'm like, why is this being put on my screen? I kept clicking it and it kept coming back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why is this happening? And so it became a thing where, like, don't you want that Ranger? I'm like, no, I don't want that. If I could destroy this goddamn article and thing, I would do it. Depressed says, oh, 49 nice. Didn't know you were younger than Karth. No, I out age Karth by a mile.
Yeah, I'm 32, so
yeah, a little bit age difference. I know. Yeah,
just 17 years.
I don't want the blow up variety. That one I will burn, Linky. No, I do not want that, Neo Venom. I will ban you that day if you do that to me. Get the hell out of here with this, you sicko. God, this is gonna be. Oh, God. So anyway, don't message Desi. Don't be there for July 11th. Okay, man. If you need the links, yeah. Desi seems to like the blow up one. Leave that sit there. Please don't. Oh man, oh my god. Blow up Jar Jar, Nate, really? Yeah, we definitely will have a barbecue if I get that. Damn it. Wolfman says, so be here on that day and message Desi. Got it. Yes.
I mean, that does track.
Yeah.
So
Previous birthdays. Yeah. Soka Meow Meow's really smoked my ass on my birthday. She hasn't been around as much. I miss Meow Meow. I know she's still playing the game, but she's got a newer job and stuff, so she hasn't had time to be hanging out and stuff. So I miss Meow Meow. But when she pops in, I get nervous. I get beads of sweat, Karth, when like Dodger, Contingent, Desicrim,
I mean, that does make
GLD, those guys pop in. I'm like, hi guys. What's up? And then the next thing I know, I'm just getting smoked. So I do not want to blow up Revendell. I don't want any of that stuff. What is wrong with you people? You're sick. You're a very sick man, Neo Venom. You need help. God damn it. I know what I need to get Neo Venom. I've got Legos here. I'm gonna send it to him so he keep him busy. Yeah, jobs do that. What else? 3? Yes. All right, we'll go for a little while longer here. We've been going in depth on the Ahsoka stuff and anything like that. If you have questions about anything outside of just the Ahsoka stuff, GAC, things of that nature, in the game just in general. So yeah. I've got a giant life-size Revan behind me, for Christ's sakes. I don't need one of those, man. Yes, I'm not the biggest fan, says the knucklehead when you look behind me. Yes, what else? 73. The Jedi betrayed me. I didn't think you'd betray me too. What else? 73. Do the blow up Revan. Don't answer that. If you give the skewers an inch cart, they take them off.
Oh yeah,
you gotta be careful. Yeah,
that's not
tradition. So yeah, anything's on board. If you have questions, do all that stuff. There's the I was like, what did I just get tagged on? It's Scribbles. His new video of Ahsoka Tano. I'm actually curious in the chat how many of you guys are going to go hard for Ahsoka Tano. I know Azraite Burden if you've said so, but yeah. You make me want to time you out on YouTube as well, Neo Venom. I'm going to let that one slide, and then if you continue down this road, a road I can't follow, I'm going to do it. Benny says, I have a question. How to mod Darth Bane? Any speed go? Nah. I mean, you want good speed on him, but I mean, it's about health, and more health. Lots of health. I think we've got ours modded the same way, if I'm not mistaken there, Darth. I've got mine at Relic 9. I went all health. You want good speed on him, but I mean, I went damage on him. I've got him over 12K damage on him with like crazy health. I don't know how you got yours modded.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's full health, tons and tons of health, but I think he's still pushing like 300 some speed. You still need him cycling quite quickly, especially if you're going to go after things like First Order or JMK, things that prevent that TM boost when the allies die off. So that you have to be a little smart about it, but if you don't have the mod depth for that, then you don't need a ton of speed on him for most of his other counters, because he'll gain turn meter as the ally dies. But once the cron goes away, I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore. And he does ramp speed as he goes as well. So you should be able to somewhat balance that back and forth.
All right. All right. What else? Cynthia says, yes, I am, but I don't have much else to work on at this point. Got it. Link is, I'll wait for the LSB on the new Ahsoka. There you go. Lightspeed bundle. Okay, so yeah. So a few people are, it depends on, I guess, like Bird, that's, Azraite Bird, it's going to go because it's Ahsoka. I think a lot of people are going to do that, because it's Ahsoka. She's a very popular character. They're going to go for Ahsoka. But I don't think it's a bad investment, right? Because a GL is always a good investment. It just is. I mean, they help you in so many parts of this game, Karth. I mean, I never get mad at anybody who says I'm going for a GL. The only one I push back on a little bit is Lord Schmader. Like let's save Lord Vader for later. If you want to do one of the other GLs, I don't, depending on where you're at, but it's never a bad call to go for a GL there, Karth.
No, it never really is, to be honest.
Because usually the 14 characters in a ship, it gives you a lot of depth in your account and stuff like that, especially if you're a newer account stuff, so yeah. Linky says, now what kind of special event will she get? Smugglers run 2 type of vendor exclamation in terms of rewards. Ooh, that's a good question. What kind of event do we think she's going to get, Karth? Ooh.
I mean,
kinky.
I don't have a good answer for that off the top of my head, to be honest with you, but I'm assuming she'll get something.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good question, Karth, from Wilson 3. Question: will GL Ahsoka be more expensive than GL Vader?
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah, they've been pretty generous with us with the GLs the last few years, but
that's because suspicion that most
I
of
think
Phoenix
this
will be a requirement for her, which people
minimum Relic 5, right?
Oh, I would be surprised if it's anything less than Relic 7.
Yeah, she's going to be a lot of relics.
Yes.
I mean, good God, how could it not? I was looking at my Phoenix right now. Like, where are my Phoenix? I know they're Relic 5 or higher. Because I think Captain Rex has to be a certain relic level. I know Hera and Captain Rex are already at 8, so yeah. Taking the rest to higher levels. Yeah. Are we still getting a road ahead in July? Benny, I'm gonna say yes. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's yes. I think it's a good safe plan.
We know we're getting one. They haven't been shy about that fact. Like we've known we're gonna get one. The question has just been, when does it arrive? But that we know one's coming. So because they said it already, we just assumed it was going to be into July, which it was. We just thought it would be here before the raid, which it wasn't. So
yeah,
that is what it is. But
Screenwriter says Jar Jar maybe first, and then Galactic Legend of Ahsoka Tano. I think you do go Jar Jar first. Here's why: that's raid stuff. Right? If you can get that team, even at somewhat minimum, like say Relic 3 to 5 Karth, you're getting raid rewards, and that'll help you with your overall farms for like a GL and stuff like that. I always think raid tunes, getting them a little bit in position to do something in the raid, it's not a bad shout out, unless you're a new account and it doesn't matter. Like if you're not really hitting the raid hard with your guild and stuff, you can maybe go for a GL because you're still developing your account. But I think if you're further along, you might want to do. It's not a bad shout. That's right, Birds. Yeah, I can't wait for Monday. Maybe some more info. I don't like glad ATW sounds better. Well, whatever you want to call them. I mean, someone said that, but it doesn't really matter. Depressed Wampus says I'm playing double white Lightwell on Tana. I'm 2 height rangers. Then I'll bother Karth without a modder. Well, yes, modding's not that hard of a thing. It's just the types of mods you got to have, because typically, especially with GLs, we'll look at what are they? Are they attacker? Are they a tank? Are they support? And then what does their kit do? What stats are going to be important to make that kit function? So you may want them super fast, but you may want a lot of, it could be protection, for instance. I'm just throwing a stat out there, and certain things like that. So sets of mods, yes. Types of specific mods with the specific types is a different story. And that's one thing you have to consider with any GL. That's why we say certain stats and things are very important on GLs. Karth, we did a video on how you should mod your GLs. You might want to check that out.
Yeah, we did.
If you need help, just go check our guides. We've got a whole guide thing in there with all the recent events and GLs and things of that nature. Yeah. Screenwriter says it's been ages since State of the Galaxy. Yeah, it has been, Karth. I don't think they're doing those anymore. I think it's just going to be Road Ahead and things.
It's Road Ahead because the State of the Galaxy is
kind of the same thing, right?
They were kind of the same thing, but the problem with State of the Galaxy is that there was like, the last time they did a massive info dump with one of those, it was like, here's the stuff you already know, and people were like, okay, so why did we make a big post about everything that's already like in the game?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they'll just not do that again.
Yeah. I always thought State of the Galaxy should be kind of a thing of them talking to the community, like, this is where we're at, but this is where we kind of like to get. We don't know how we're getting there yet, but this is kind of the things we've identified as maybe some things moving forward. I don't think with State of the Galaxies you can win or lose on those for CG. So just put out the road ahead and just keep plowing ahead, because if you cover, like you just said, the same stuff that we already know about, what's the point? Unless you're going
Yeah.
into like details of like why you did that, which they don't really do, right? They don't get into, the kitchen and how the sausage is made. It's like, okay. So I don't think we're going to get any more State of the Galaxies. I could be wrong. I can't have already proven that. But we haven't had one in a long time, and I just don't think we're getting them anymore. I think it was something they tried and it just didn't go over as well as they. All right, we'll go a little bit while longer. I do have to end the stream a little bit early today because I have to go do some stuff today, with the security stuff here at El Casa del Ranger. So we got about another 15 minutes, and then we're gonna start wrapping it up. Jack Daniel says, "Remember State of the Galaxy, and then it took 2 years to implement the gear changes." Oh, that was the other thing. Good point. Bringing that up, Jack Daniels. Relic 10's been on the mind of some folks. I don't think we're getting Relic 10 or anything. Or I don't know how you feel. I
I
don't think
don't
that's
think it's
happening.
coming. Honest to God, R9 needs to be way more readily available, and R8 needs to be way more readily available if they're going to go down that road.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone's like, oh, we get one free R9 a month. I'm like, it's not free. It's
No.
just 20 droid brains. You don't get the Gerdas, you don't get the impulse, you don't get the arrow magnifiers that for free, air quotes there. It's like, so people aren't going to do it unless it's a requirement for something. Like that's the full stop of where we're at right now. So it's like, if that's where we're at, then why do we keep saying that R10's coming? Like, I'm gonna go with no. Like, I think it's still gonna be a ways out. Or, and this is the way I think they'll actually go. We'll stop at R9, and then they will create another progression system, because I don't see how you make Relic 9 or Relic 10 sustainable, because R9 is already so under geared. Like outside the top like 10 guilds, how many people have more than 12, 10 R9s in their account? Most of them have the 5 that are required, and then they stop.
Yeah. I think I've
So
got
it's like,
15, but that's,
yeah,
you know,
but you're also in one of the, like top 30 biggest guilds in the game. So
yeah.
those guilds are naturally going to gravitate that way anyways. But just the short of it is, I'm just looking at this going like, I don't see why they need to push more relic levels, and I don't see people adapting. Like, oh, people are like, oh, but there's people with full R9 accounts. Yeah, and there's 2 of them. Like, who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna spend it. The only reason they got there anyways as fast as they did is because CG made a boo boo, and I don't know how much of a boo boo it was. It might have been intentional, but they allowed a R9 pack to be gifted to the same account as many times as you want,
Yeah.
and then they did that. That's all it took. That's all it happened. So it's like, okay, so tell me how that correlates to them having a need to putting R10 into the game. Well, because these accounts are quit spending. I'm like, there's plenty of other stuff for them to spend on. There's always mods to improve on. There's always new characters coming. There's plenty of stuff to get their money out of them. It just won't be as much as spending constantly for R9 packs. But they spent a ton at the time to make it happen. I mean, depending on where the roster was, that was easily like somewhere between 5 to 10 grand that they
Right.
dumped on that one go. So
Yeah. All right, Depressed Swamp. Have a good one, my friend. Here's a good point. Jack Daniel says new tier for legacy assault battles with a chance at Relic 9 materials. So we just got the new assault battle with the which I think are fantastic rewards, right? I really like how they structured the new assault battle. You get shards in the beginning, and then as you progress, you get bigger and better rewards. And the credits are fantastic. That's unbelievable how many credits are in. Do you think they would go back for the legacy assault battles and update the legacy tier on that?
they might, but I feel like they won't, because they would either have to scale the difficulty on that last battle really high, or they would need to or they would need to kind of overhaul all the assault battles to kind of have the same vibe.
Yeah. Well, just the
Yeah, I don't.
last tier. Let's say they leave everything else
Yeah,
the same, and then the last tier.
honestly, I think what they'll do is they'll just do the same shit they did for the for Padawan Obi-Wan, or
Mhm.
not for the Queen Amidala team. I think they'll just do the same thing for Ahsoka. They'll just probably create her own event, and there's like, oh, there's another assault battle that's got all the cool stuff that you want. So go get the new gear. I think that's honest to God what they're gonna do, because I don't see a reason to go back and retool the old stuff, because it's not. It's still a great income source,
Yeah.
but I mean, CG's going to want to put some financial incentive to having these things, and it would feel kind of shitty, in my opinion, to go back on a tier, a game mode that never had relic lockouts, and then add them to the highest tier for the newest rewards.
Right.
So I feel like it would be a better sales pitch if it was just on from here moving forward, when we introduce these new iterations of something that already exists, then it has the relic lockouts and the star lockouts and everything else, because then that's you're boiling the frog a little slower. If you go back to like the Inquisitor one, you're like, well, you need all the relic non Inquisitors to attempt it. People are gonna be like, well, pound sand.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna happen. So
Um, Linky says, I'm kind of disappointed there hasn't been any sort of progression in such a long time, Relic 10 or whatever. Yeah, but I mean,
but
it's gotta be right. We have to have, even if they introduce it, the only way that I've said if they're going to introduce it is if, okay, Relic 10, but then they show all these different places that they're going to be upping Relegator 9 or have already done Relegator. Because Cards has explained why those are such a pain in the ass to do and why people don't want to do it, and why most people don't have that many
yeah.
Relic 8s on their account, let alone Relic 9, other than the
Relic
requirements
8
ones.
was relatively well accepted, but Relic 9,
No.
it was, nobody really wanted it. And it came so quickly on the back of Relic 8 that people were just like, well,
Kick rocks, I'm out.
yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
and and there are the requirements, the Relic 9 requirements, but it's, I think you said 5. I think so. I think that's right. Maybe 7 now, because if you want to do the last tier of the assault battle for Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, you have to do it. But yeah. Jack Jones says, good point. The Relic lock for a 5-man team is a lot worse than just Qui-Gon and
but I mean,
Pedwin
2 Relic
Kenobi.
9s is still expensive.
It's very expensive. It's very expensive.
Yeah, it's an expensive investment for basically no real. Well, I mean, for the 2, it
for that, I think you get your money back on that, because with the crystals and everything that comes with that, the credits, the signal data, the Gear 8 and Gear 9 that comes with that. I mean, that one I don't mind. The other stuff, like okay, there's just requirements for GL and stuff. It's like, okay. That's not the thing. It's like, oh man, Yaren says, question, when is the Jedi Knight Cal event returning? Maybe next week.
It should be going permanent next week, to be honest.
With the next update. That's when I said it was coming, right? Right when before
because the packs come out, I think, over the weekend, I want to say, if I remember correctly.
I think so. But soon. I mean, it's right around the year mark, so it should be coming permanent there, Yarn. They'll have an announcement either with this release. If not, then the latest will be the next week release, which is like every 2 weeks they do one, update their stuff. So mid-July. So yeah. Don't hold us to that, because, well, Grand Inquisitor's an example of how that cannot be the case. So that's when it's supposed to, Yaren. This is our best guess on that, but then we had Grand Inquisitor happen, so I don't know what to tell you. It was Grand Inquisitor, right? That was well past the point where, like, where is it?
Yeah, Grand Inquisitor was like 6 months between the first release and the second release. But I think honestly it's because they got their shit delayed when they were.
Well, also, but when it was supposed to be a year mark, we were still saying, where is it?
Yeah, it was still it showed up a couple weeks after the year mark, I want to say. But I mean, I think the Cal event came out June 30th, which is tomorrow. So the 1 year should be this next week, which means that she should go permanent on the update for July 3rd, or July 2nd. No, July 3rd, because, well, yeah, updates go live Tuesday. So it's July
Tuesday 2nd. They'll put it out Wednesday.
If not, if not, because they're trying to get the raid out the door, it would be probably the following update in 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. But
Because this
that's
Thursday is July 4th, so I don't know if we would get. Well, we're going to have to because there's going to be a marquee coming this week. We know. Well, no, they didn't say when Death Trooper was coming. That he was just
No.
announced, right? So we
Yeah, they
may
didn't say
not.
anything about the arrival.
Yeah, we could have a slow week this week, and then maybe the week after they do the update. So it could be the week. Stay tuned for more information as we get it. Night Trooper. Oh, I just like saying the Trooper because we got a lot of troopers. Tired of keeping track of all the goddamn Death Trooper. Make a sandwich trooper. You know,
it's a good trooper to have, to be honest.
You know, French chef trooper. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's a trooper for everything in this goddamn universe. Is basic better have a high miss chance? Oh my god. All right, final call for questions stuff. We're gonna start wrapping it up again. I gotta go get some stuff taken care of. So high miss chance that it makes JMK's second special look like a 1. Yeah, I don't know. JMK, man, that's so frustrating when that doesn't do anything. It's like, what? God damn it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
A fair point. Yeah, but final call for questions. Do you have any final calls for questions? We're gonna start wrapping it up, and then you guys can go on your merry way. And then I'll be back on Monday, and we will be streaming for the rest of the week. Same bat time, same bat channel, same. And don't message Desi, who's not doing anything for Thursday, July 11th. There's nothing going on. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Cars, say no more. Any big plans for you this weekend, Carthaginigus? I know you've been doing a lot of traveling lately, so I thought I'd bring it up.
I don't really have anything exciting planned. That I know of, at least.
You never know with the missus. She might get something to burn her back in and say, hey, we're going doing this.
Yeah, it's possible. It's always possible that happens.
As I always say, guys, for every incredible guy out there, there's a more powerful, in charge woman. We tend to think, Cart, that we run stuff. We don't run shit.
That is an accurate statement.
You don't run. All right, final call. You got another minute to get it in because we are wrapping it up. So you have a question from your Carth. Now is the time. If not, we are on our way to enjoying the rest of our weekend. Well, I got to sit down on some phone call with my mom about this news with the ADT stuff. So I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. I'm planning on chilling there.
There you go.
Get a little break, do a little stuff, just relax, watch some. I just watched X-Men 97. I finished it. Oh my God, that thing was amazing. Because I've read all the comic books in X-Men and I'm thoroughly know the stories, and they crushed it. Crush it. If you've not watched X-Men 97, please watch it. It is, and especially if you're just even somewhat of an X-Men fan. Oh my God, this cartoon, I think it's a show. It was so good. I mean, the writing, the characters, everything. And I know it's a cartoon, but man, God, it was good. Holy God. I cannot sing the praises. And I was looking at the Rotten Tomatoes on this. It's got a 99% audience score and the critics are 95. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Really good. If you've not watched it, watch it, man. That thing had me emotional. And I already knew the stories because a little bit different than what they did in the comics, but they hit the main themes and stuff that goes on in the comics. God, they, without spoiling anything, they brushed it. 30-minute episodes of each one of these, and they hit. And yeah, they had a little bit of the cheesiness from the original show in there, but a lot of that was just thrown in and was fun. It wasn't put in there just to be put in there, and it made sense, and it was so fun. It was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed X-Men 97. Acolyte, on the other hand, Karth, not so much. Oh man,
that's fair.
I don't know how you feel about Acolyte with not getting into it, but man, brother. At this point, I'm just watching because I just want to
It's
see where the dumpster fire
yeah,
goes.
it's like this is why I don't watch any of the new Star Wars series when it comes out. I just wait till the whole thing's released because I feel like they make so many like writing like I love how the writers go from hand holding you to spoon feeding every single drop of information you need to then turning around and being like, here's a bunch of stuff that if you're not like an EU fan, you're not going to understand what the hell just happened here. And they're
That's
just like,
not, yeah, that's
but
not
we
the
won't
case with this
explain it
show.
all.
Yeah,
Well, no, with the Acolyte, it does because I mean, in the latest episode, he does things that we have never seen on screen before.
Oh, I know. It just it blew my mind.
And then it was like the next day you start getting the articles of like, well, here's what actually he was doing, and I'm like,
but that's
why,
not what.
why wasn't that like a 30-second blip in the show?
I know, right?
Explaining to like May what his cool little tricks were, right? Like,
yes.
Oh my god, it's so stupid that you're just like, oh, but after the fact, if you read the appendices, you'll fully understand what we were trying to do here. I'm like, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to.
When I first watched it, I was like, it's not Beskar. What is he using? Because when I was watching the fight, I'm like, cortosis? And that's because we've done our lore stuff back in the day. I knew what that was, but I hadn't thought of it in a hot minute, Karth. And so I was like, I had some inkling of what that shit was, right? Because I've read the comics and things. But I hadn't given it a thought in years, right? And so I had a snippet, but I can imagine someone that's not even come close to doing, that Lord Dive going, what's happening? Why is this happening? How's he doing that? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been, and it's unfortunate because I've said it and I know Karth, you feel the same. We want good stuff. We really do. I don't go into these shows going, please be bad. I'm sitting there going, please God be good. Because if you guys remember when the Acolyte came out with the trailer, I was super excited. And I was over the moon. I'm like, oh my God, Karth, a dark side stories with the Sith. Put me in. And then I saw the action, like, are they going after Jedi? Oh my God. Not quite the way the show's turned out so far, but hey, I'll say this too. If you love the Acolyte, please go love it. I want you to love it. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to just let it wash over you and be happy. I wish I could be there with you, but I can't. It's just, oh man. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. The only thing I'm really excited for, Karth, because I don't know what the hell Skeleton Crew is going to be about and stuff. I'll check it out, but Andor season 2, man, that's got my nipples a little hard. Because I enjoyed season 1 so much. It's I'm ready. As soon as that sucker's announced, I'm going to be ready. Just let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I kind of hope we get just a little bit more going on what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's so hard to be articulate with it because it feels like they do so many things that really miss the mark, and then we circle back around and enjoy it, and then it's fun again, and then we go back and forth on things being good and then things being bad, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so
yeah.
I just like, I want it to be great, but there's so many things about it where I'm just like, but is it gonna be great?
I know, because we've had hit and misses, and the things that have missed for fans, it's like, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, kind of thing. It's like, so yeah, there's trepidation in my heart, Karth, but I have faith that Gilroy and them will, then it's the same people that did this season 1, so I'm like, okay, you got me.
Yeah, that's my only concern with Andor is the time jumping they're gonna do, because they're gonna try to cover like seasons 2 and 3 worth of time in like one season. So either I hope the season's longer than like 8 episodes. I hope it goes like maybe 12 to
Andor last year was like 11 or 12 episodes.
I think it's longer.
Yeah, I think it'll be like 4 episode arcs, right, for each of the time skips, which I think is a movie, so I'm looking forward to it. Hey boss, glad to have you here. Here we go. What do you think is a better format, weekly releases or one full release? One full release. I'm a binger, and I think it makes the story, I don't like episodic things I don't know.
Just there's too many things that are problematic. Like the cliffhanger at the end of episode 4, with followed by the events of episode 5. It would have been better if they kind of played out in one go, because it felt so cheap the way they ended that episode. But the problem too is that like we get information so piecemealed that we have and there's too long to speculate in between of what the hell everything's like, what's happening in between.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so we're like, oh, well, clearly this conflicts with what we know in canon. And then, but maybe by episode 7, then it won't anymore. And so it's like, okay, so like we need more information and then we can judge it on its full merit. But I mean, I honestly think it does deserve the rating it's getting right now, because I just don't think that they presented the information well enough to give everyone a care. The most interesting character is not the main character. Like,
no.
You've made a mistake.
Yeah. I'm more interested in Saul, and I'm more interested in the stranger. I have no interest in any other character.
I am more interested in the male characters than all the female characters they have. And it's not because the male
female. I mean, Ahsoka's one of my favorite characters. I love the Ahsoka of the show. I know some people didn't like it, but I thought it was great. You know,
it has nothing to do with the gender identity of the characters. It's all about just the writers being lazy. You give us no reasons to be vested in those characters, just besides the fact that we should.
And they make the strangest choices. I'm not going to say what they did,
oh
but
my God,
God almighty.
The laziest writing in the world, when the answer is this has to happen because of plot.
Oh my God.
I'm like, really? We couldn't have put a little bit more thought into it?
You know, it's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, just give us a little bit, just a 30 little snippet, something, some kind of thing, some kind of moment where we're like, okay, maybe, but I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even get that, man. Jesus
like, there's not even like trying to like plausibly suspend disbelief. It's like, you have to full on think that these people are just straight up brain damaged to be making that judgment call in that particular moment.
They've convinced me. I think May is bipolar, dude. It's like, what in the hell's going on with her? She's good, she's bad, she's bad, she's good, she's good, she's bad. It's like, what in the hell am I watching? It's really hard to follow. So, all right, with that, we're going to wrap it up. So we're going to say goodbye to everybody. Having fun with your Star Wars. Good luck on your JACs. Have fun with finishing up your raids and your TBs and all that fun stuff. And if you need us for anything, you message us in Discord. We're not hanging any link. You get out of here. And so we'll be back. I'll be back on Monday. Are you guys doing Tribe Talks tomorrow?
I believe that is what's happening.
Okay.
But I wouldn't.
I think you might with Ahsoka now. I think there might be an important Tribe Talks.
I can't imagine us missing anything for that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but
yes, indeed. So feel free to join your Discord, Patreon, all that stuff. We love you guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday and weekend, and we'll see you on Monday for some more Manic Monday GAC fun. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you later.